Moving on, uh, so we all know that we can talk about cloud all day, but no talk on cloud is interesting enough unless we talk about how to monetize it. And that's what we are talking next. The next topic reads Secrets to Making Money in the Cloud. And the speaker is Alexander Chung, Vice President Solutions APAC CA Technologies. Alex Chung is an accomplished IT executive and business strategist with over 25 years of IT experience across APAC and Japan. As Vice President for GCSP MSP in the APAC Japan region, Alex has been in charge of driving cloud sales, increasing the provider's installed base, identifying new business opportunities, and tailoring solutions to meet customers' requirements, building a dedicated GCSP MSP team that targets providers who are building out their infrastructure with our comprehensive cloud solutions. Please join me in welcoming Alexander Chung.
Okay. You have the highlighter. Which one? This one? So, how do Hi, good afternoon. So it's towards the end of the session, and I think my session will be more commercial, and it's about monetizing and making money out of the cloud. It's much lighter weight than a lot of my predecessors, the previous speakers. So I think as a summary of what today's data center is, if you look at it, I think everybody talks about today's data center. The key message here is a lot of things are on premise. I think you have all the different services, the email services, the databases, the CRM, the enterprise applications, and then of course the visors and all that. But if you look at it, what is going to happen tomorrow? So all this on-premise is going to move to a cloud landscape. Right? The Red Hat, the email services, the Salesforce, to optimize that on the cloud. I think all my predecessors talked about that, right? Sorry. Okay, and we've got to know what is happening then. I think if you look at it, and I'm going to show you lots of opportunities, and it's happening now. You hear it from the morning till now, right? And we're going to be able to monitor it, have a unified communication on it, predict it, and optimize it, and make money out of it. And that's the key message. And from there, I think all enterprises, small, medium enterprises, financial institutions, needed that from the service provider on the cloud landscape. So, for CIOs, CSOs, and all that, a typical environment would be they run all the core applications, the day-to-day. They have to run all the core, the chore applications, right? All the enterprise applications and all that, when we talk about it, right? And all this needs to sit on a managed platform. A service provider can provide that. And basically, I think very keyly on the cloud space, you must be able to monitor it. Everybody talks about it. Very good user experience, very user-friendly, and you must have the best in class in the service desk. Really, I think for service providers, it's all about volume. It's about commoditizing it, giving a lot of volumes on the cloud landscape so that everybody, all the service providers can monetize out of it. It's about reducing the OPEX, increasing the operational efficiency, right? It's about increasing different kinds of services, as you see on the previous slides, and adding value on top of all these services in a very efficient manner. And that's how I think altogether we make money. And on top of it, all the rest of it, user experience, and you need all the automation tools and all that. And these are the challenges. And I want to draw across a monetary value. Can anybody guess? This is a 2012, kind of money. 2.9. 2.9 what? Basically, I think I'm going to draw across that. Basically, the whole potential, if you look at it from all the prediction, it's not about 2.9 rupee. It's about 2.9 euro or US dollars. And I'm going to show you the slides on it. And all the services relating to that, key potential, just on 2012, and I'm going to give you a slide on how is it going to be like, both from an Asia-Pacific standpoint and a worldwide standpoint, on opportunities available on the cloud landscape. This gives you a perspective. So from the horizontal, if you look at it, consumer, SMB, large enterprises, the whole ecosystems needed a cloud landscape. And if you look at it, I think we hear it all the way from the morning keynote speakers and all that. Platform as a service, business processes as a service, network, the fundamental layer, which you hear from the previous speaker, the previous two speakers, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service. All this is going to expand to the consumers as well as to the large enterprises. Tremendous, tremendous opportunities. And we've got to ride on all this. These are the different services, operations efficiency and all that. Tremendous, tremendous opportunity on the cloud landscape platform. That's how I come to that 2.9 US dollars. And this is not from CA. This is from IDC. So if you look at it, it gives you a landscape of where the key opportunities are. And it's happening. It's explosive. So look at the system infrastructure software services. Look at the application development. Look at the applications, which we talked about, the ERP, the CRM, the Salesforce, and all that. That adds up easily 2.9, and that excludes all this hardware and all that. So big, big opportunities we're going to ride on for monetizing on this cloud landscape. And it's happening. Okay? An expansion, if you compare Asia Pacific against the rest of the world, this is again a chart by IDC. It shows we are in the fastest growing area. And India and China is explosive in Asia Pacific. The aggregated growth, it's 44.7%. Okay? And if you talk about on the cloud, the different kinds of services, I think as a summary, this is from MSP Mentor. And this gives you a perspective of the different kinds of services that you can build on the cloud landscape, on the cloud platform. And of course, I think CA itself, MAPS, has a comprehensive suite of services that maps well with that. For the remote monitoring, we have this, NIMSoft, backup and disaster recovery, which is again very, very key. We talk, I think the second speaker talked about that, the Japan scenario and all that. We have the different services, ArcServe to map that. Help desk, we have that. We have, of course, software licensing and managed services and all that, and network services, for data center transformation and all that. It all boils down to look at that. Big, big services that you can write on a cloud landscape and a cloud platform. Now, everybody talks about technology and all that. The important point is how do you make money out of all these opportunities from what IDC has predicted, Forrester has predicted, and many others has predicted. And I think we have a formula for that. It's about creating revenue. It's about creating profit. And how do you go about doing that? 3 key formulas. It's also about improving operational efficiency. We have walked through that road with use cases, and we can share that with you. It's about creating stickiness, to your end customers as a service provider. Right? We talk about that. How do you drive revenue? And the key services, driving home, the data center, the virtual private data center, I think very hot. Software as a service, I think everybody talks about that. And all this itself is how you build the volume on the cloud platform, lower the operating costs, have a good go-to-market a business model and a business mapping model together with your customer, and we have all these processes in place for you. Okay. Riding on the first square that I talked about, creating revenue, right? From experiences which we have walked through, these are the managed services offerings that we have gone through with a lot of our customers in US, in Europe, and all that. That helps. We can prepackage it to build the revenue, right? We can, of course, everybody talks about agile platform. You've got to build a grid, and from a grid, win it, and then on top of that, how do you then help the customers do a go-to-market modeling and scale it up, on the agile platform and create more services, both yourself, applications, infrastructure management services, and the different tools and applications. And that's how you create, one of the big secrets of creating revenue and profit. Okay. This, in summary, summarizes, the different kinds of infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, private data center, and these are some of the customers, worldwide we have and our partners have, that has proven to monetize out of, the explosive cloud vision. Again, use cases. And we can talk about these use cases, the business modeling and all that. You're more keen, I can give you my email and basically my mobile phone number afterwards. And we have, 4,000 people here with 5 offices, a big R&D center in Hyderabad. So a good example is Verizon. The key things that, we go to partner with them, go to market with them, and create revenue, with them is this kind of different services offering for data performance, analytics, and reporting, because that is very key for the Verizon enterprise customers and SMBs, their SMBs. And this again, energy saving, data center energy saving is a very, very key thing. I think the predecessors talks about it as well, in the morning and in the afternoon. Again, this is a good example with the right business modeling, how we could, go to market with them and bring about, a revenue growth. And again, momentum. Again, another service provider is end-to-end remote monitoring, systems. And from that, services that they bring forward to their end customers, we help to generate revenue. So really looking at it, it's not difficult. It's really about the opportunities are proven. Basically, everybody predicted it from IDC, their use cases. It's really about business modeling, it's about creating services on top of it, and then extending it beyond, and having credibility together with your end customers. Okay? But you must have to go with the right partners. Again, I talk about, agility. The very important thing, as we have all the use cases flash on the board, and there are more if you want, is about identifying, really who are your key customers together with your key customers, right? List that down, really win it first, have a grid, demonstrate the value, have a go-to-market plan with them, and we have all the methodologies in place, and then basically scale it. We talk about scale, my partners talk about scale, the speakers talk about scale. Again, map that business plan, map the business modeling, whether it's a revenue sharing model, whether it's a subscription-based model, and build on top of it, and bring in more applications and all that. Success breeds success. That extends across different regions in India and across Asia Pacific, and it brings you worldwide, and it has been proven. And we extend that different services across. Yeah. And it's proven. All right, so the 3 key secrets is how do you land it together, pick your key customer, and then extend your key customers. Together with it, have a go-to-market strategy, have a go-to-market business plan, map it over a period of 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. Do a business modeling, share the risk, build the different services on top of it, build the different applications by pulling in the partners, and then extend it. That simple. Okay? Again, an extension of winning, landing it, and then extending it, bringing more customer, and expanding beyond it. Okay? And there are different methodologies and different processes to go about doing that. Right? This is acceleration, the journey together with, as a service provider with our partners. You know? A life cycle on the journey, a typical life cycle journey. Right? How do you educate them, develop the service catalog with them, you know, do ROI business modeling as I've mentioned, scale it up front, okay? And then generate another plan, do a consultancy program together with them, right? Bring in, design a portal, a very typical one, and then bring in the different catalog for their customers, you know, and then bring in our partners' apps, services and all that. And you can pool and provision all the different services on AMI, Amazon, or on the Cloud Commons, which is our platform, yeah. And string wrap that. And this goes on, and you expand it. Do market analytics again, you know, go to market planning again, repeat of that, and then you build it. And this has been proven very successful with some of our key customers like Verizon, CenturyLink, and all that, you know, in the US. Okay? And what are some of the programs that we've placed in? It's really about joint marketing, planning, right? It's really about identifying together with your key customers who their key business vertical are, their key customers. Build a plan, build a catalog of services, as you mentioned. Do some white labeling, co-branding marketing, right? And we can build flashboard. Do a joint sales enablement because it's about sharing risks. And we have that whole program together with you, you know? Yeah, sales enablement, right? And basically also having catalogs, teaching them so that you teach your partners enable their key customers. And you build on that, on top of that. And then have all these joint events, marketing, put it on a webcast, and you can expand the volume on all the services. And that's how it's going to be. It's about volume. So you have the volume, you have the services, you add the value, you're going to make a lot of money out of this because it's a very much growing industry. You know? Right? Again, a repetition of the go-to-market acceleration program is about portfolio program, you know, differentiating the different services between each key customers of yours. Do a business modeling, you know, and then share the risk with them, right? Do packaging, pricing with them. Go to market, launch with them. I summarize it in a very easy form, but all this, you know, encompasses a lot of processes and a lot of war wounds that we have built together, you know, to be successful. Right? And that's some of the proven use cases and track record, and we can take it offline, you know, have a workshop and discuss on it if you wish to, right? And this is Lata Singh, who reports to me. If not, then you can come to me directly. Any questions? I keep it very simple, very light. Very interesting. No questions.
Okay, then thanks, Alex, for that wonderful talk. We'd like to offer you a small token of our appreciation. Please be on the stage, Alex.
Thanks. Thank you. Thanks.